Hello guys, I think if you have ever played against Lycan, then you know how strong this hero now and how difficult it is to play against him. Today I wanna tell you how to win on Lycan, about some tricks, builds and tactics, and thanks to everyone who leaves comments, likes and subscribes to the channel, it really helps a lot, thank you. Well, on this moment, Lycan takes the second place in terms of win rate in publics. For 1300 games, his win rate is almost 60%, which is quite a lot. The main reason is that Lycan is strong in the beginning and mid-game, it's quite easy to play for him, and if you do everything right, you can win games in 25 minutes. So let's start from settings. At first we need to bind Blue Necro unit on its own control group. I mean, Blue Necro has an active ability on button Q, which slows down the enemy and dispel positive effects from him. For example, you can remove Ghost Scepter or Eul from the enemy, or a lot of other buffs. That's why, to make it more comfortable to use such useful spell, I bind Blue Necro unit on button 3. To do this, select unit and press Ctrl and button 3. Now in a fight you can quickly press 3 and remove Ghost from the enemy just for one button, which is pretty cool. After settings, let's talk about lane. The best lane for Lycan is safe lane. The problem with mid Lycan is that he must finish game quickly, otherwise after 20 minutes he will become useless, because summons will no longer be able to quickly kill enemies and Lycan impact will greatly decrease, which is unacceptable for mid hero. Next, let's talk about item build. At start we take Quilling Blade and 2 Sage Mask and Tango. 2 masks need for Necro Book, they are pretty cheap now. In addition, thanks to mana regen, we will be able to summon wolves constantly. Later we bring Belt of Strength and Healing Self if line is difficult. What about boots? On Lycan they are useless, because in ulti we already have good move speed, and to move around jungle we don't really need boots, so we just ignore them. Our first item will be Necronomicon. This book is the perfect item for Lycan. It's synergy with all our spells, you can quickly kill, farm and push with them. If you have a good lane and enemy offlaners haven't destroyed you, then you will buy book in about 6 minutes. You can use Necro Book even without ultimate, cause you will farm faster, which means you will get Necro level 3 faster. With Necro level 3 we will destroy map, cause with ulti they quickly destroy any target. In addition, red Necro unit can see invisible units and wards, so don't forget to check ward zones with summons to destroy enemy vision. After book, if we dominate in the game, then we can take drums. They are easy to collect, have 8 charges, and when activated it buffs summons really strong, so we easy kill any target in a fight. But if you don't dominate in a fight, then you should buy Kiras after the Necro. Kiras buffs heroes and summons and gives a lot of DPS due to attack speed and reducing enemy armor. It's important to understand that Lycan is very dependent on summons, so if enemy can quickly destroy them, then our impact in a fight will decrease significantly, because we will not be able to inflict a lot of DPS without summons. In fact, in most games there are enough Kiras and Necros to end game if you do everything right. But if you couldn't finish quickly and there are many heroes with stuns against you, for example Shaker or Sand King, then you should buy BKB, because even with large move speed from ulti, Lycan can still be killed for stuns. Also, if you play against heroes with escapes, such as Ember, Quop or Storm, then Abyssal is a perfect item. With Kiras, Lycan has good attack speed, so you will bash enemies often, and with summons you will quickly kill them. If game in late stage, you can also take a Hex if you need additional control, or you can take Bloodthorn or MKB if you need damage. By the way, about Orchid, some players takes Orchid right after Necro Book, because Orchid is now very cheap, and with fast silence you can kill any hero with escape spells, such as Ember or Quop. What about neutral items? From first tier, Broom Handle is the best item. It increases our damage from hand and gives necessary armor. Also you can take items with stats, such as Ocean Heart, Ironwood Tree or Mask. From the second tier we can take Imp Claw, which increase damage, Dragon Scale, which gives a useful armor, Vambrace or Quicksilver Amulet. From tier 3 we can take Op of Destruction, which stacks well with armor reducing from Howl, also Titan Silver, which gives useful stat resistance and damage, or Mindbreaker, which gives free silence. Next, let's talk about skill build. At level 1 we take Wolves. They will help you better farm creeps on the lane. So first of all we learn wolves and passive. Passive gives a lot of damage and HP regen on the lane. Most players takes Howl only at level 10, but sometimes you can take it earlier on one skill point, because even Howl level 1 decreases enemy armor quite well, which will help us quickly kill enemy. What about talents? We skip level 10 talents, cause they are very weak. Instead we max Howl, because it's our main spell in fights. First time we learn talents only at level 15, we take cooldown reduction. If you didn't know, we can take level 15 talents without level 10 talents. To do it, click on the talent tree and choose necessary talent with mouse. What about level 10 talent? We take it only at level 16, here we choose talent on damage, cause regen is useless. At level 20 I always take talent for additional damage from passive, because passive increases our summon's damage, so 25% amplify is very strong, especially in comparing with 5 additional seconds to ulti, which are useless in most cases. And at level 25 we take talent for additional crit chance, because it greatly increases our DPS, and additional wolves are pretty useless in this stage. What about gameplay? At the beginning I advise you to summon wolves and check enemy ward on mid lane. To do it for Radiant, send wolves here. If tower hits them, then there is a ward, and your mid laner should deward it. And for Dire, send wolves here. On lane, if there is a strong double lane against you, ask your support to block a large camp with sentry, so that enemies will not be able to pull creeps and you will get free farm. On lane stage, Lycan is quite strong. We easily last hit and deny creeps due to high damage from wolves and passive. Also Lycan has good regen, so it's hard to kick him from lane. So on lane we are trying to deny as much creeps as possible and farming first level Necro book. When we bought book, you can use it even without ulti, cause with Necro we can quickly farm jungle and leave lane to our support. When we get ulti, we should use it correctly, cause ulti level 1 have a huge cooldown. The best way to use ulti is try to gank enemy mid laner, but for this you need some hero with stun to break TP, because against Lycan ulti, enemy mid laner can just use TP and escape. When ulti is over, we should return to farm jungle. Our main purpose is to get Necro level 3 and necessary level to push. When you farm jungle, don't afraid to use Howl. For example, if you hit ancients or large stack of creeps. Howl cooldown is quite low, so don't worry. Lycan is a hero who highly depends on time. That's why when you get Necro level 3, ask team to use smoke to find enemies and fight with your ultimate. In a fight, firstly focus weak supports, which can be quickly killed by summons. If enemy used Yule or Ghost Scepter, we dispel it with blue Necro unit. When you won't fight, you should push towers. Lycan push very fast due to increased damage from Necro to buildings. When we destroyed all tier 2 towers, you should destroy enemy vision with Necros and go hit Roshan. Lycan with summons kills him pretty quickly. Better to let edges to your mid laner, cause Lycan without ulti is not so strong, so he don't need second life. After Roshan, go hit enemy barracks. If you do everything right, you should be able to finish games in 25 minutes without any problems. Next, let's talk about counterpicks. Lycan is highly dependent on summon units, because they are our main weapon and main source of damage. That's why Lycan is countered by any heroes who can quickly kill summons. For example, Kanka, Sven, Shaker, Phoenix and the same. Also, Wyvern destroy Lycan with her ulti. She uses Winter's Curse on Lycan and summons kills us in a second. To counter Wyvern, try to keep summons away from hero, so that she can't use ulti. Also, Lycan is weak against fat heroes, which cannot be quickly killed. For example, Bristleback, Tide or Timber. Also, Lycan is afraid of heroes with illusions, such as PL or Naga, cause Lycan has high damage only at one target, but not on several. Also, Naga Sleep works well against our ulti. For example, Lycan use ult, enters in a fight, after which Naga use Sleep, and Lycan just stands AFK until his ult ends. Despite counterpicks, many high-ranked players believe that Lycan can be picked even on the first pick, because Lycan is a hero that needs a good macro game, and if you enter in a fight correctly, you will not be afraid of any counterpicks. As for Lies, Lycan works well with fast pushing heroes like Beastmaster, Chen and Pharaon. Heroes against whom Lycan is good are range heroes who strong only at distance, for example Sniper, Drow Hero Ranger or Arc Warden, because Lycan quickly gets to them due to ult and kills them in a second. I think this information is enough to start playing Lycan. If you have any questions, you can ask them in comments. Also, if you want to support my channel, I have a Patreon in description. Thanks you all for watching, see you!